Hello and welcome to this special year-end edition of The Big Fight. It's that time of the year where we show you some of the most interesting episodes and the biggest fights of the year that has just gone by. Now this year, of course, was the year dominated largely by the Lokpal Bill and by Anna Hazare. But there were plenty of other big fights as well, including this one over the future of the left, and this just after the left lost in West Bengal after 34 years. I'm asking you, Prasenjit, now a direct question. Is part of the reason why the left is in the position that it is in is because almost the arrogance of the CPM. We saw it at the center. You were in a position of considerable authority 2.5, 3 years ago. You were practically in a position where you could make the policies of the government of India. But the arrogance that was displayed at that time, the fact that you withdrew support of the nuclear bill, the humiliation that many people saw you putting the Prime Minister through at that time, is that one of the reasons why the people have paid you back? That the CPM was seen as arrogant, and not just by the people of the country, apparently by some of your allies also.
No, I completely refute this charge. I think that we are not at all arrogant. In fact, we are one of the few political parties of our country who discuss our mistakes, and if we commit mistakes, we accept our mistakes also publicly. But I want to make two quick points. First of all, you are dragging in the nuclear deal. I think that we are discussing this whole question in the backdrop of assembly elections.
I'm saying it's a symptom of arrogance.
So what was arrogance? We said we oppose the nuclear deal on a set of specific objections, and they are turning out to be correct. What is the Indian government today finding out about the United States? What is the United States doing vis-a-vis Pakistan, vis-a-vis terrorism? Are they serving our interests?
Oh,
so,
okay.
So don't digress from the. Vikram, wait. You just can't. You can just throw questions and then not allow me to respond.
I think I'm asking you about arrogance. It's not about the merits of the nuclear deal.
First of all, I think that basically the fact of the matter is, I think Comrade Dasgupta has a point that the mass movements of the left, led by the left, are the future of the left. There is no doubt. And completely contrary to what Mr. Bhalla is saying, we are a country of overwhelmingly poor people, working class people, peasants, and they do not fit into Mr. Bhalla's scheme of things.
But in that case, Dipankar would argue, Prasenjit, you've spoken at great length.
No, you have not given me enough. The relevance of the left,
Prasenjit, we heard your point. Dipankar, though, would argue that if that is the position, they are leading the mass movements.
No, what are you talking about?
And the left as a movemental trend in the country. I think we must make a distinction. When the CPIM had come to power in West Bengal back in 1977, the main promise was restoration of democracy. And the party had promised that the left-front government would serve as a weapon of mass struggle. And look at what's happening in Bengal now. Last 5 years, we have seen Singur, we have seen Nandigram, we have seen Lalgarh. We have seen that the CPM-led government, instead of promoting people's struggle, it is crushing people's struggle. It is crushing democracy. It is not just a question of a few leaders being arrogant. It's a question of democratic rights of the people in West Bengal.
Okay, Dipankar, so are you arguing that they need to move even further to the left? Are you saying that they are being outflanked by the Maoists, by parties like the CPI-ML, which you represent?
No, have a self-critical review of your own party's performance.
Of course. Our party is not very strong in West Bengal, but I can tell you,
you are helping the right-wing forces to raise their heads in West Bengal. I'm telling you, this is what happens with the ultra-left.
And as far as
Manish Tiwari's point is concerned, defending the national sovereignty of our country is not arrogance. We will defend our national interest of our country to the last breath. We will not allow the Congress party to sell off our country to the Americans. We will never allow that to happen.
A warped perception of national interest, whereby you try and subjugate the sovereignty and the development of this country to your brand of anti-Americanism is something which has been completely rejected by the people. You need to introspect. You need to introspect. You would do support to the UPA government or what? Because you took your anti-Americanism a little too far. That's exactly it. You were not able to get out of your ideological hang-ups. That is your little problem.
You live in a time now. What happened to you today?
What happened to you today is just 20 years too late. Just 20 years too late. What happened in 1991? What happened in 1991 to the Soviet Union and to East Europe just happened to you yesterday. It's just 20 years too late. But I'm very happy that it has happened.
I think you're
Can I get a hammer somewhere?
you're getting the answer.
We are very proud of our
Prosenjit,
credentials against US imperialism. We are not
I
apologetic
beseech
about
you,
that.
give somebody else a chance.
They are very proud of getting hammered in West Bengal and having lost in Kerala. That's what they are proud of. This is the arrogance which
Gurudas,
precisely
Gupta,
our friend
can
was
somebody
pointing
put
to,
off some
which has got
mics
them
out
into
here?
all this trouble.
Can somebody switch off
And
some
thank
mics?
God.
I'm wondering where in the developing world do you hear this kind of language which we've seen?
India.
Yeah, I said where else in the developing world? And maybe in India, maybe in West Bengal, and maybe from tomorrow not even in West Bengal, other than the mass struggle, trade union movements, etc. You know, why aren't we talking about development? Why aren't we talking what the poor want? Why aren't we talking about what the poor did in West Bengal? They threw them out mercilessly. I think let's try and see.
Have you heard of land reforms?
Listen, Prasenjit, okay, let me come out on land reforms.
Yes.
If you promise to be quiet for
Yes.
30 seconds.
Please speak about land reforms.
The land reform was done in 1982. After that, there's a pitiful 30,000 acres that they are saying they're redistributing this year. And the point is, there isn't enough farms to give the 30,000 acres to. That is a minuscule amount if you were to redistribute that land.
Which other
For each
state in the
farmer,
country
there
is
are 9
doing
million
that?
farmers. Again, you're keeping...
But because you are saying...
Why? Let him have the show. You should have a big fight with just Prasenjit. He'll fight with himself.
Please go on. Okay, okay.
Right?
Okay,
Let him fight with himself.
Okay.
What's the point?
Okay, so
I see no reason.
All right, all
I see
right.
no reason to talk because I think Prasenjit has all the knowledge of the world,
No, no, no.
especially after yesterday. Especially after yesterday, he's learned that he is all powerful. That all he has to do is to shout louder than anybody else on any of the networks, let alone on NDTV, and therefore I'm king.
Okay,
you please be king.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone. Fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.